Good evening, everyone. I am Montgomery County Council President Gabe Albornoz, and this evening the Council will receive testimony on Corridor Forward, the I-270 transit plan. For this hearing, the Council also wishes to solicit public testimony on the choice of the priority transit projects to be funded with ongoing toll revenue from Phase 1 South and Phase 1 North of the Maryland Department of Transportation's I-270 and I-495 managed lane study. Each individual this evening will have 2 minutes to speak. Individuals will be alerted when they approach their 2 minutes and may be disconnected. And we apologize in advance if we have any technical issues, but our IT team will try to resolve them if we have any as quickly as possible. Ms. Salou, thank you once again for helping to facilitate tonight's conversation. I turn it over to you to facilitate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. Good evening, everybody. Our first speaker for this evening is Christopher Conklin. Christopher, you have 2 minutes for your testimony, and you may begin when you are ready.
Good evening, Council members. My name is Christopher Conklin, and I am the Director of the Montgomery County Department of Transportation. I'm testifying on behalf of County Executive Mark Elrich. First, thank you to the Montgomery County Planning Department for addressing many concerns identified by MCDOT during refinement of the plan. While we continue to question the Metro Rail MARC and Corridor Cities Transitway recommendations, as noted in our written testimony, there's a strong alignment between the plan's recommendations for high priority action on the projects already underway in the council-approved capital improvement program and the county executive's recommendations to accelerate work on these projects. The county executive has recommended design and construction of the Veers Mill Road BRT project and BRT on Maryland 355 between Montgomery College, Rockville, and Montgomery County, Germantown, using the state's Opportunity Lanes financial commitments to the county and capital grant funding from the recently passed Infrastructure and Jobs Act. In addition, he has recommended funding the final design of the entirety of the 355 corridor so the whole project can be completed once additional funds for construction are available. These funding recommendations are completely aligned with Corridor Forward's stated vision and represent investment in the county's transit at a historic scale. Notably, these BRT projects provide investment in equity emphasis areas, resulting in transportation improvements for today's residents who rely upon transit to access all the county has to offer. These projects will provide consistent, high-capacity, highly reliable transit between Germantown and Wheaton, connecting the two legs of the Metro Rail Red Line and extending the reach of rapid transit north of Shady Grove. The BRT projects total more than $400 million of investment and will result in transformative and necessary improvement to transit, providing better options for our residents, encouraging job growth in our activity centers. In response to county advocacy, the state has agreed in writing to provide financial support to transit when implementing the opportunity lanes. Notwithstanding his significant concerns with the state toll lane project itself, the county executive believes the county should confirm its intention.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Bridget Newton. Bridget, you have 2 minutes for your testimony, and you may begin when you are ready.
She didn't warn me. I was almost done.
My apologies. I thought I was number 3. Good evening, President Albornoz and members of the County Council. I'm Bridget Newton, Mayor of the City of Rockville, and on behalf of our entire council and staff, we thank you for the opportunity to comment on the bus rapid transit projects and the op lane funding. The City of Rockville supports Montgomery County's transportation project for the Veers Mill and Maryland 355 BRT projects for design and construction. Both projects will benefit our community and the surrounding neighborhoods, not just as a transit improvement, but also for the safety, health, economic development, and environmental benefits. Rockville appreciates the opportunity to provide input on those projects and their funding source, specifically the portion provided by the state's op lanes funds. As currently proposed, however, a significant portion of the op lanes funding is being used on BRT outside of the op lanes northern limit at I-370. The city has serious concerns about this approach and requests the County Council reconsider the use of the state's op lane funds and revise the 355 Central BRT project limits and/or sequence. The Maryland 355 Central BRT project is the only portion currently proposed for design and construction on 355 and has been identified as the portion between the Montgomery College campuses of Rockville and Germantown. While 42% of the funds for this project come from the Op Lanes project, the city of Rockville, which is the most impacted by the Op Lanes project, will get a negligible benefit from the project monies, since only one stop out of 10 falls within our city limits. This is not an appropriate or fair distribution of the funds, and we ask the county to reconsider the allocation for this project and revise the Maryland 355 Central BRT project limits. Looking at the forecast passenger boardings, and I've given you in our written comments the scale, it is clear that projected daily boardings for the northern three stations of the M355 Central BRT are very low compared to any station in the MD 355 South BRT. The total projected daily boardings for the northern three stations of the Central project combined are approximately 1,000 boardings per day, while 3 out of the 4 northern stations of the 355 South each exceed 1,000 boardings a day. One of them, Twin Brook, exceeds 1,500.
Sorry to interrupt you, but your time is up.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Council Member Neil Harris. Neil, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready. You are on mute.
All right, I'm less muted now. Thank you. Thank you, County Council, for the opportunity to speak. My name is Neil Harris. I'm Vice President of the Gaithersburg City Council. You have before you a copy of a detailed letter from Mayor Ashman, so I will focus on a few key points. First, we support the high priority for the Route 355 bus rapid transit line and its inclusion in the fiscal year 23 CIP. The city has worked closely with the county to ensure optimal performance of this service, as well as optimal locations for station stops. Regarding the Corridor Cities Transitway, though, we're very concerned that the corridor forward draft has replaced the CCT with a set of corridor connectors. The city of Gaithersburg has long planned for transit-oriented developments around the planned CCT facility. The corridor connectors in this draft plan do not serve many of the city's CCT-based TODs. We're also concerned about the corridor forward draft's emphasis on extending the Red Line and de-emphasis on expanded MARC commuter rail service. MDOT's top priority is expansion of the MARC Brunswick line. Virginia is already proceeding with adding a third track to its CSX infrastructure to improve its commuter rail service, and we see a similar project as much more realistic than the alternative, adding all-day service in both inbound and outbound directions. Extending the Red Line does not meet WMATA's standards, and the draft plan does not address how to meet those standards. One last point for this evening is the concept of moving the transit station from the current location at Metropolitan Grove. This idea is contrary to the county's and the city's policies of transit-oriented development. The immediate area near the existing Metropolitan Grove MARC station is home to current and planned life sciences uses of nearly 1 million square feet and many hundreds of existing and planned dwelling units. That's it for tonight. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Bob Eisinger. Bob, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Yeah, my name is Bob Eisinger. I'm the president of the High Road Foundation. Good evening, council members. The introduction to the original October 7th planning staff report indicated that the purpose of the corridor forward plan study was to look at the transportation network extending through the county between points north to the city of Frederick and south to DC and Northern Virginia. Unfortunately, through later modifications, the study falls far short of that original objective. I'm here addressing the 270 issues primarily, not to discuss whether someone should classify a bus as a BRT when it is merged with traffic. So enough said on that. And it's phasing the plan recommends, and we've already discussed it, I think, the 3 players before. The extension of Metro, I can tell you, cannot happen in our lifetime. The use of the MARC rail right-of-way is impossible. I know that for a fact. I've dealt with CSX many times in the past. So even discussion of those is worthless. I established the High Road Foundation, and its purpose was really to
find out whether or not we could reuse our existing transportation corridors because they have the capacity to accommodate additional structures and additional transit systems, and why not reuse them? So selecting an elevated transit mode that will have a small footprint that can be designed to avoid underground utility conflict and be constructed on land already in the public domain in less time with less risk and less expense accomplishes all of these goals. Monorail is no longer just Disneyland. It's no longer a Homer Simpson. It is here. And there is no other transit mode that offers these benefits. Keeping the Northern Transit Corridor in the existing 270 right-of-way is the only solution that takes pressure off the ag preserve, gives us a transit mode carrot to attract employers to the county, and fulfills the goal of the corridor forward study. Done.
Thank you for your testimony.
Yep.
Our next speaker is Ben Ross. Ben, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Good evening. I'm Ben Ross, chair of the Maryland Transit Opportunities Coalition. We are a statewide coalition of transit advocates, transit riders, and transit workers. Since 2016, we've advocated for all-day two-way train service on the Brunswick-Mark line. This should be the highest priority in Corridor Forward. Other speakers will talk tonight about the value of all-day MARC trains. I'm using my time to report recent news that makes it even more necessary to give MARC a high priority. There's legislation that would bring immediate action for more MARC trains is now in the General Assembly. Delegate Solomon is the sponsor with wide support from business, labor, and environmentalists. The last thing Montgomery County should do right now is to suggest to the state that we don't really want this. The current draft of Corridor Forward will do that by putting MARC in last place among priorities behind a red line extension that no one thinks is possible in the foreseeable future. The basic reason the planning board staff recommended the red line extension over MARC is the cost and difficulty of getting agreement with CSX. Their analysis of this issue was based entirely on what they were told by the Hogan administration, which really doesn't want to invest in MARC. It turns out that the MTA's statements were not based on talking with CSX. We learned this at Delegate Corman's hearing on January 17th. We also heard there about Virginia's ambitious rail plan worked out in cooperation with CSX. It shows that when a state makes a real financial commitment, CSX will cooperate on reasonable terms. Delegates Corman and Solomon and many other members of our delegation are working to get more MARC trains for our county. Please do not leave them in the lurch. Include MARC as a short-term priority in Corridor Forward and make all-day two-way MARC service the long-term goal. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Ross Captain. Ross, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Thank you. I'm past president of the Wingate Citizens Association and co-founder of Action Committee for Transit. First, I must push back against the toll lanes. We constantly see new evidence of the terrible impacts of climate change on Marylanders, Americans, and people worldwide. From today's Post, NOAA projects sea levels will rise by a foot along U.S. coastlines, threatening widespread flooding by 2050. The Post's editorial writers and others wax eloquent about the need to address climate change, yet turn around and support massive controversial highway projects. The toll lanes are said to reduce congestion, but the free lanes must remain congested so enough drivers will use pricey toll lanes to give Transurban a profit. The project also will increase traffic on local roads. The proposed M83 extension of the Mid-County Highway likewise makes no sense from climate or social equity perspectives and should be removed from the county's master plans. We need MARC's Brunswick-Frederick line expanded to all-day service. COVID has decimated the market for peak hour only operations, and working flexibly from home likely will remain attractive. On the heavily used Chicago-Aurora BNSF Metro line, Metra, the number of trains arriving Chicago before 9 a.m. dropped from 31 pre-pandemic to 13 today, and off-peak service was expanded. Brunswick line ridership is just 20% of pre-pandemic levels. It should be easy to restore the early afternoon Washington to Brunswick train that now runs on Fridays. The state and CSX must negotiate development of added track capacity to support all-day service north from Rockville, Silver Spring, or an intermediate point. I question extending the red line north of Shady Grove. The future of rail transit does not lie in heavy rail extensions to a few huge parking garages, but in serving more locations with good walk-in potential. Thank you very much for considering my views.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Marilyn Balcom. Marilyn, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you're ready.
Hi, thank you, Council President and Council members. My name is Marilyn Balcom. I'm the President and CEO of the Gaithersburg Germantown Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for the opportunity to comment on the Corridor Forward Plan. As you know, the Chamber is very interested in increasing transportation capacity on the I-270 corridor. I do want to thank planning staff for their efforts in involving the community throughout the various stages of the plan. Overall, we're encouraged by the number of options provided in the transit network, understanding that some of the projects will be significantly longer to implement than the others. You have my full testimony. I just want to comment on a few things. Red line to Germantown. While this is a long-term transit option that may not happen in my lifetime, we do support future study of this project. Although it should not be in lieu of expansion of MARC Rail in the interim, the MARC Brunswick line should be a priority in this corridor. We understand that the corridor connectors provide good transit options. However, eliminating the original Corridor Cities Transitway is not ideal. It takes a high-quality BRT route with dedicated roadways and splits it in half with portions running in mixed traffic. Using portions of the 355 BRT route on the east side of 270 should not take the place of the CCT route on the west side. The Chamber's been a steady advocate for the Corridor Cities Transitway for the past 15 years. A significant amount of time and money has been spent on this transit project, and the right-of-way exists. The CCT should move forward. Lastly, I want to comment on the suggestion that BRT could use repurposing auto lanes. We wholeheartedly agree that BRT is most effective with designated travel lanes. However, anyone who drives these roads on a daily basis knows that it would be extremely difficult to take away auto lanes to make that happen. The proposed BRT options in this plan need to assume construction of designated travel lanes and not be conditioned on repurposing lanes. Thank you for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Jason Maxstein. Jason, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, my name is Jason Maxstein. I live in North Potomac and have great interest in this plan and its implementation, not just for me, but for others. The parts in this document I'm most supportive of are expanding access to the metro, including extending the red line further up county, the section on Markup County and Frederick Rail possibilities. For a long time, the up county and mid county in general has been plagued by a lack of transit. What I wish the planning board and the county council would consider is that the CCT BRT plan has a lot of limitations. I'd like to see a study done about how we could be using PRTs, personal rapid transit, and give this growing technology corridor something special that will get a lot of use in the area, as well as bring in many more new businesses while helping to enhance the reach of existing businesses. In the Purple Line study, cost estimates were $835 million for the PRT, $1.6 billion for light rail, which we now know was a major underestimate, and $1.2 billion for BRT. This makes the PRT estimate cheaper than BRT by 43%, allowing many more miles to be covered using the same cost. I picture a PRT network that goes similar to the proposed corridors connectors, but also encompasses Shady Grove Metro, Rio, Crown, Old Town Gaithersburg, Lake Forest Mall, Kentlands, Montgomery Village, Watkins Mill area, NIST, and all the new housing in the Seneca corridor. Tons of current and new major businesses with the biotech companies. I'd like to see raised guideways for PRTs with safe walking, biking, and rolling paths underneath them to make the most efficient use of land space. I believe that people in our area who are much more used to being dependent upon lower occupancy vehicles will be much more likely to adopt this sort of environmentally sound transit solution over BRTs. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is William Roberts. William, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Sorry, a technical issue there. Good evening, members of the council. I'm William Roberts, a Clarksburg resident, former chair of the Upcounty Citizens Advisory Board, and a candidate also for the District 2 council seat. I'm a longtime advocate for transit. I believe that quality transit moves people, powers our economy, and advances equity. So I was happy to take a look at the Corridor Forward plan and offer some thoughts here, as it's long overdue to invest in transit in the 270 corridor. I appreciate that the plan prioritizes connecting activity centers and serving our equity focus areas where many folks rely on transit as their first option to get around. While I think the inclusion of the red line expansion is ambitious, I do agree with other folks that it's a huge missed opportunity not to include the expansion of Mark Brunswick line service. We do need all-day, two-way Mark Brunswick line service. It's a valuable project for our community and our region. Also a longtime supporter of BRT, happy to see that included. I do think we need to be focusing on how we can get dedicated lanes in the 355 corridor to make sure it works effectively and to not exacerbate other traffic concerns. And so I do think we need to, think deeper about that. And I do also wish that the plan would take into account other alternate transit routes that we could be creating if we completed some master plan roads. In general, I'm also concerned about the changes to the CCT that have been raised. I think my community in Clarksburg especially, but the whole of county, been waiting for far too long for the Corridor Cities Transitway, and so we need to stick to the plan and give us the service that we were promised up county. I also think that the CCT is the perfect place to invest in those transit dollars from toll revenue. So, in general, I know that the rap sometimes on the up county is that we're a community that's not conducive to transit. I don't think that's true at all. I think everybody, deserves in every community accessible, reliable, affordable transit. And I want to see us to be able to do that with the projects that will make the most sense, move the most people up here. So thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Excuse me. Our next speaker is Jerry Garson. Jerry, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
I am Jerry Garson, the president of the Seven Locks Civic Association, Inc., and have been a member of for the last 7 years of the Citizens Advisory Committee for the Bus Rapid Transit on Maryland 355. We think that with the limited amount of funds available from the I-270 Op-Lanes Maryland Revenue Proceeds project, the County Council should consider using the funds received each year for free ride-on bus service in the county. This will provide more equity for the residents of Montgomery County than any expansion of the BRT system and will result in more riders using the free bus service in the county than will ever use the BRT system. Do any of the council members know what the percentage of working families that would prefer a BRT bus rather than free bus service? Will the use of the limited funds on the BRT route comply with the Racial Equity and Social Impact Statements Act, Bill 27-19 and its amendments? The proposal is to spend $131,507,000, which there is no guarantee that we'll receive over the next 30 years from the I-270 Op-Lanes Maryland on the MD 355 Central BRT project. The cost of free ride-on bus service would be under $25 million per year. If the government wants to spend additional amount of money for free WMATA bus service in the county, this would also be helpful to the residents of Montgomery County. The cost would probably be less than $10 million per year, taking into account the low number of WMATA bus riders in Maryland actually paying to ride the bus. According to WMATA, over 60% of the riders in Maryland do not pay. We note that the express bus service on MD 355 using the 101 route has been suspended. The ride on Flex, Extra, and Flash Blue routes are all suspended. Why is the BRT on Maryland 355 needed if we currently have suspended the express service for the extra bus? We note that seniors and persons with disabilities and youth ages 18 and under in Montgomery College students currently ride free on ride-on buses and select metro buses in Montgomery County. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Miriam Schombam. Miriam, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, I'm Miriam Schombam. I'm testifying on behalf of the Action Committee for Transit. Unfortunately, the issues we raised in our written testimony to the Planning Board in December were not addressed. Therefore, we have resubmitted the written testimony to the County Council for this hearing. In summary, Corridor Forward must amend existing master plans to make the transitways true transitways, including narrower rights-of-way design speeds of 30 miles per hour or less, elimination of plans to add lanes to existing highways, and a ban on slip lanes, extra right turn lanes, and double turn lanes. We support the plan's revision of the alignment for the Corridor Cities Transitway, except that we do not support building Observation Drive extended. This is a transit plan. New county and state highways and arterials must be removed from county plans, not built. And finally, how can something called the Corridor Forward I-270 Transit Plan not include the Mark Brunswick line? 2 days ago, I provided input on the county's CIP project for expanding the Boyd's Mark Transit Station. And today I'm sitting here saying, you know, there's already a train between Gaithersburg and Germantown, right? Up County residents don't need yet another plan for hypothetical transit someday. The tracks for Mark are already there. The stations for Mark are already there. The plans for more and better all-day, two-way, 7-day Mark are already there. Please put Mark in the Corridor Forward plan.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Tina Slater. Tina, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Thank you. Good evening, Council President Albornoz and council members. I'm Tina Slater. I live in Silver Spring, and I'm testifying as an individual. The Corridor Forward plan is very much needed for Up County and Mid County, and it was divided into 3 priority areas. Regarding priority 1, BRT on 355 and Veers Mill Road, I think that's excellent. Veers Mill is a very high ridership equity focus area, and the 355 BRT plan would focus on the central area, which has very high ridership, would connect to Montgomery College campuses, access hospital, medical centers, and jobs. But it all depends on having high quality dedicated bus lanes. And the plan said, well, you know, that was the plan, but first you have to do a traffic study. Well, probably the traffic study would say it's not going to work out so well for cars. But given that the county is trying to address a climate crisis, I would say prioritize bus lanes, prioritize the riders. They're the ones who are going to do something for the climate. And of course, the cars can still use the road, but the cars should not be the priority. We might have to flip our thinking. I'm going to skip priority 2, just move on to priority 3. And that was about Mark versus the Ramada Red Line. Just want to point out that somehow Virginia, with a ton of money, was able to acquire tracks from CSX in order to increase rail service on Amtrak and VRE, let trains run more often, faster, and on their own dedicated tracks. Maybe this is something we can pursue with federal money for passenger rail from the infrastructure bill. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Robert Nelson. Robert, you have 2 minutes for your testimony, and you may begin when you are ready.
Good evening. I'm Robert Nelson from Goshen. My career has been primarily focused on technology program management, so I seek to follow the science and incorporate the best utilization of current and future technologies. In reviewing the transit plan, there are no recommendations for advanced traffic management technology, advanced traffic control systems, and intelligent transportation systems to increase traffic flow and avoid the necessity for dedicated bus lanes. Up County residents see red when lanes are painted red, as has already been done in Germantown. Please reject proposed dedicated bus lanes in the Up County that drastically reduce the capacity of current infrastructure already congested as a result of development going forward without the construction of master plan routes such as the Mid-County Highway. Also, there's no mention of the future impact of autonomous vehicles and commercial rideshare services that provide direct on-call connections between residential areas and commercial hubs. Autonomous vehicles will transform the ride-sharing industry. And out of 18 different modes of transit identified in the National Transit Database, the most efficient is van pools, having much higher ridership and fare collection while using substantially less energy. The van pools work because they are small vehicles with flexible rather than fixed routes, which works well in modern decentralized urban areas. Now, I know from personal experience, having had an office in Reston for 6 years, that the commute over the American Legion Bridge is horrendous. Constructing a new Potomac River Bridge in the 35-mile gap between the American Legion Bridge and US 15 would resolve the region's single greatest regional transportation deficiency, as the Northern Virginia Transportation Alliance recommends. Ironically, the transit plan refers to I-270, which many years ago was named the I-270 Technology Corridor. Rather than basing the plan on antiquated transit philosophy, let's develop a plan that embraces new technology. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Edward Rich. Edward, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the council. The Greater Farmland Civic Association generally supports the Montgomery County Planning Board's recommendations for equitable transit connections along the 270 corridor. We have consistently supported projects that will enable the county and the region to give our citizens affordable, reliable, and quality alternatives to single occupancy vehicle transportation to get to and from places where they live, work, shop, and play. Moreover, we have consistently supported ways to address climate change and to ensure that the region finally comes into compliance with its air quality standards. We agree with the Planning Board's assessment that the county cannot realistically fund and operate all of the proposed transit opportunities. For that reason, we believe that the county should focus on funding opportunities afforded by the state and federal governments, such projects, be they tax-exempt bond financing from the Maryland Department of Transportation or demonstration funding for projects that are shown to have a significant impact on climate change and air quality. In addition, the Planning Board and Council need to reject future projects that will simply lead to suburban sprawl and the resultant pressures for new road construction, and focus on smart growth projects that combine opportunities for all income levels, physical abilities, and family sizes to live, work, shop, and play with abundant and affordable transit opportunities. We strongly disagree with the majority of the Council's reliance on its support of the flawed and ill-conceived and environmentally responsible toll lanes project as the funding saver for projects such as BRT, CCT, and Mark Metro expansion. In his email to county residents, Councilmember Reber would have us believe that MDOT's promised funds and the toll revenue from the poorly named Opportunity Lanes project will fund the billions of dollars needed for these necessary and already planned transit projects. Nothing could be further from the truth. One need only look to the Purple Line P3 project and question whether, should this flawed project be built, the county will ever receive a dime for transit projects. The county would be wise to rethink its support for the toll lane project and instead focus on tangible ways to move traffic in this county forward, such as expanded rail service along the 270 and 495 corridors that cross the American Legion Bridge, connect the county with Northern Virginia, not backwards into the 1950s mindset that more roads will solve our traffic issues. Let's not be short-sighted and continue to support projects that are doomed to fail and will permanently harm our environment for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Michael Larkin. Michael, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Good evening, council members. Thank you for your time tonight. My name is Michael Larkin. I'm a resident of Silver Spring, and I fully support bus rapid transit and dedicated bus lanes as a priority in this corridor forward plan. A true BRT system must have dedicated lanes and pedestrian safety improvements to better serve equity areas of focus and entice drivers out of their cars and onto public transit. This type of BRT is in accordance with standards from the Institute for Transportation and Development Policy, which has guided localities in the U.S. and globally to building their BRT systems. My written testimony includes a link to this standard in case it's useful for council members. I apologize if it's repetitive if you already know about it. It was useful for me to inform my opinion about Route US 29 Flash bus service, which I think requires a high level of rhetorical skill to be considered a true BRT system. I myself took Metro and the Ride-On bus this past weekend to go to Gaithersburg from Bethesda. Because I was running ahead of schedule, I got off the bus and took a walk around the neighborhoods that are along the MD 355 in the priority zone for the Corridor Forward Plan BRT lanes. After 30 minutes of walking, I noticed that the same people were waiting for buses from when I first started my walk. This is how transit today poorly serves our equity areas of focus and deters drivers from using public transit. If we get drivers on the public transit and better serve all residents, we can reduce vehicle miles traveled in private cars and also create the pedestrian improvements needed for BRT that will help this county achieve its Vision Zero goals. We have employment and educational opportunities along the I-270 corridor, including Montgomery College and the universities of Shady Grove. All residents with a car and also with cars should have access to these amenities without needing to drive. They deserve viable alternatives. Let's better serve all our residents and make BRT with dedicated lanes. That is a more humane Montgomery County. Thank you for your time tonight, and thank you. I'm done.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is George Hernandez. George, you have 2 minutes for your testimony, and you may begin when you are ready. I think we might have lost George. I'll come back if he comes back in. Our next speaker is Dr. Thomas Clark. Dr. Clark, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, I'm Thomas Clark. I'm suggesting streetcar. I'm not suggesting buying more buses for ride-on. And whether you call it Flash, whether you call it Quarter Cities Transitway, whether you call it something else, it's still just another diesel bus that will pollute the environment. My proposed streetcar system is a regional system that will connect DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And I have proposed it to the state of Maryland. I went to a hearing in 23rd November 2010, and they required me to go to the various counties that my regional streetcar system would serve to get permission from the various counties. Whenever I suggest my streetcar system to the Montgomery County Council, wherever, if it's not supporting more diesel buses, people tend not to hear it. My streetcar system would not pollute the air. There would tend to be in the middle of the road with dedicated right-of-way, with side-loading platforms. If you see my proposal, which seems to get lost in whatever office I take it to, you will see that all of the questions that the folks have brought forth tonight would be answered. It's a regional service, and it would service all the areas that were mentioned here, and it would be originally I was suggesting that would be funded by private capital. So perhaps somebody can give me an idea of who I can give my proposal to, that it won't just disappear because it doesn't suggest another diesel bus.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Shruti Bhaktanagar. Shruti, you have 2 minutes for your testimony, and you may begin when you are ready.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Council President Albornoz and members of the Council. My name is Shruti Bhaktanagar, and I'm the chair of the Sierra Club, Montgomery County. The Sierra Club supports moving forward briskly with improved transit in the I-270 corridor. Sierra Club is a strong supporter of smart growth. We have enunciated a number of smart growth principles that serve as the foundation of our position on specific plans, such as this one. The key principles pertinent here are to encourage investment in a variety of transit, including MARC, BRT, ride-on, and other buses, encourage programs and policies that make transit more safe, convenient, pleasant, frequent, and discourage any investment in building new roads. Thus, we strongly oppose adding lanes to I-270 and oppose repurposing its current HOV lanes to become toll lanes. We need a sensible and responsible alternative and strongly support creating a robust transit alternative that will truly give up-county residents a fast and pleasant transit option. The 270 corridor plan presents two such transit proposals, including BRT and commuter rail. We heartily support the proposal to create a BRT on 355 and on Wears Mill Road, and support the Action Committee for Transit Analysis for expansion of MARC service. Transportation investment to provide significantly improved transportation options along the 270 corridor are important. In sum, Sierra Club commends the 270 transit plan, and we urge that it be reevaluated and updated quickly and then passed along to the County Council and implemented. Thank you so much for allowing me to testify today.
Thank you for your testimony. Our next speaker is Peter James. Peter, you have 2 minutes for your testimony. You may begin when you are ready.
Hello. Yes, my name is Peter James. I run a small robotics company here in Gaithersburg, and I'm against the funding of a bus rapid transit system in the county. Bus rapid transit was first introduced in the 1993 transit plan, and it was a great idea in 1993. There's a form of transportation that's catching hold throughout the world. In Northern California, 10 systems going into Keita, Japan, and it's personal rapid transit systems. It's the transportation system for a post-COVID world. We've seen the reticence of people wanting to get in a small airspace and share it with a bunch of strangers. Personal rapid transit is at least 4 times faster transit times than BRT. It's about the quarter of the cost, and it solves the landlocked problem of acquiring right-of-way, particularly in the Pike and Rose area. So they're built much faster, and the first PRT built in Morgantown in 1975 has operated with no crashes throughout that 45-year period, and they basically achieved Vision Zero at that time. So PRTs, articulating buses, and particularly places like London, have been pulled off the streets when they were found to be involved in 4 times as many crashes as standard buses. So there's a lot of reasons, if not at least evaluating these systems, and I propose that the council look into creating a sim game, what's called a digital twin of the county, to allow planners and just plain old citizens to be able to build their own vision of their county and let it stand side by side for
Peter, sorry to interrupt you, but your time is up.
Sure. I appreciate the time from the council.
Thank you for your testimony. And that does it for our speakers for this evening. Mr. Council President, sorry to turn it back to you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Salou, and thank you everybody to testify this evening. Lots of very thoughtful testimony, and we look forward to ongoing discussion regarding this important issue. With that, tonight's public hearing is now closed. Good night, everybody.